The clock is ticking to the midnight deadline. Sign up for health insurance within the next few hours or face a penalty. Good evening. I'm Abby Maurer in for Mika. Thanks for joining us for the news at 5:30. Today, the Obama administration made one final push to get Americans signed up at Healthcare.gov. Administration officials said the traffic today at Healthcare.gov was 3 times the previous peak day. They said the site would be able to handle the last-minute surge. But this morning, in a flashback to the technical glitches of last fall, an error message that officials said was due to scheduled maintenance. And midday, another problem prevented users from creating new accounts. That was resolved in about an hour. In many states, there were lines at sign-up centers.
Today, people were here before the doors opened, and our staff has been working non-stop.
The White House says that more than 6 million Americans have signed up for health care coverage. That's 1 million people short of the Obama administration's goal. But they say it could change with a last-minute surge.
It's been a remarkable story since the dark days of October and November.
But it's not the whole story. Officials can't say how many of those who signed up were previously uninsured or how many actually completed the process and paid their premiums. Now, the deadline is midnight, but for those who got in line today by phone, website, or in person, will have a grace period to finish their enrollment. The Affordable Care Act mandates that everyone in the country has insurance by the end of the enrollment period or face a fine of $95 a year or 1% of their annual income for failing to comply. And joining us now to talk more about this approaching deadline is Senior Vice President of Lockton Dunning Benefits, Mike Cayley. Mike, thanks for joining us via Skype today.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Abby.
Tell us more about these problems that the website was experiencing today.
Well, I think a lot of it was volume driven and some scheduled maintenance held people back from trying to get enrolled today. I wonder why a lot of people procrastinated as they did, but it sure seems like they've come out in droves to try and complete the enrollment process today.
And today we're not seeing President Obama out there reminding people and talking to people. Why are we not seeing him out there talking about this?
I think he's got a very large army out there publishing this message, and there's been no shortage of media coverage throughout this process. Everyone from Richard Simmons to any other celebrity out there has been really promoting the Healthcare.gov exchange.
Talk with us more about the penalties that people could face, and is the Obama administration really going to toughen up and enact those penalties?
Well, the penalties are fairly simple in the first year, which is 1% of income or $95, whichever is greater. Those penalties tend to increase over time, but one of the things that we're looking for, there are actually 14 different ways that you can avoid having to pay that penalty, one of which is revolves around this extension that people have. If they've started the application process so far, but have had difficulty in completing it, they're going to have an undetermined extra amount of time to go ahead and complete that process. So there's some speculation that there will be very few people who actually pay the penalty, which I think has served to hamper the enrollment efforts, actually.
Real question, last question for you. What do you recommend people who are watching right now, maybe getting home from work, saying, okay, I need to do this, I need to sign up? What do you recommend? What are your suggestions for them?
My recommendations are that they go directly to the website, go ahead and try the enrollment process, at least be able to put yourself in a good position that you can document that you tried to access the coverage. That will help you to help qualify for the extension.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Abby.
We'll post that information up on our website, WTXL.TV.